I know that there's cause and effect. And when I take garbage in, garbage is going to come right out of me. Some of us have a really, really wonderful love affair with the macabre. Some of us have a really wonderful love affair with watching buried bones and things, autopsy and, cold case file. I'm not saying these things are bad. I'm simply saying if you're constantly in the macabre, if you're constantly looking at things that are going to not be of joy, peace, and love, what's going to happen is it's not going to hurt you all at once, but it's going to put little scars on your spirit. Now, I like a good horror flick once in a while, but I'm not going to sit there and watch it on a regular basis. I know young men, all they do is outwardly look great, they look wonderful, and unfortunately what they do every night is watch pornography on hours on end. Or swipe through apps looking for cheap, unconnected times. Every time we do that, what we do is we take the human spirit, we take the human condition, and we minimalize it. We turn human beings into objects, not human beings. Every time we find ourselves on Facebook or a social media platform, hiding behind a screen and ripping down somebody and not building them up, you don't realize it. You think you're inflicting pain on that person. All you're doing is going tick, 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 and your spirit is starting to get wounded. It's been said, there's a couple simple things you could do to build up your spirit and to build up that wonderful life force inside of you. And they're really simple steps. They're really simple things. I'm not saying be a goody good shoes. I don't watch horror movies anymore, or once in a while, I don't want to put myself in front of something that might be a little scary or something that might be a little controversial. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying go around, wave your moral flags and be this person. Hey, listen, if you can do that, that's great for you, wonderful for you. But the truth of the matter is, how many times do we take the time to really, really give ourselves that real self-check? Where we actually look and say, hold on a second, what I'm about to do right now to another human being, and it doesn't have to be horrible. It doesn't have to be horrible. It could just be something that is unbecoming or doesn't build that person up. And guess what? You know what happens? You have to ask yourself at that very moment in time, is this something I would want done to me? Raise your hand if you guys ever heard the golden rule. Raise your hand. Does anyone know the golden rule? What is it?
Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Absolutely. Wouldn't you say that's a really great way to live?
Yes, absolutely.
All right? And sometimes it's easier than others, because sometimes people are just not so nice. And when they're not so nice, we feel like we have the right to rip them down. We feel like we have the right to erode their persona, whoever they are. We have to remember to ourselves, every time we do that, we take a chunk out of our own spirit.